What's going on, guys? Brian Matthews here with another video for you from Southern Pine Outdoors. And today's video is going to be about the deer feeder that we just got. This is the Moultrie Pro Edition. Got it off of Amazon for around $100, and then got some accessories to go with it, so it was about $150 or so, given the battery and the solar panel and all of that. So just wanted to go through some of the details of the feeder itself, the ease of use, the simplicity of putting it together. Already got it together pretty much for the most part. Got a solar panel and the battery to put in, and then obviously put some corn in it, put the lid on, and set up some trail cameras around at 3 or 4 different points just to get an idea of how this feeder actually works as far as setting it up and seeing what deer come to the feeder itself. Got a pretty remote location for our hunting property, and so not a lot of human traffic comes through here except for me. So hopefully within a couple of days these trail cameras will be slam full of deer pictures and videos actually. But just wanted to walk you through some of the accessories that I got with it, and some of the features that I actually love about this Moultrie Pro feeder. One of the first things that I liked about it that I didn't know initially buying it was that Moultrie has these pre-drilled holes here, and these actually serve a purpose. You can either A, put a solar panel on top of this lid and actually use the top of the lid as your accessory port, or B, if you have an adapter on the bottom side of your trail camera. Obviously these do not, these are Wild Game Innovation cameras, they only have it on the back side, but I do have a Browning version that has it on the bottom to where you can actually screw it to the top of the lid, and it will, imagine my hand being the camera, it'll point it down to where you can actually see the deer coming up to the feeder as they get closer. So if you want to watch a specific trail, or if you just want to cover all 3 angles or 360 degrees around the feeder, you can do that as well. Like I say, when you buy this on Amazon, you can buy just the feeder, or you can buy the additional stuff. The solar panel, I've been told, is a must for these 6-volt batteries. Not sure about Moultrie brand batteries. I'm sure they might be hopefully a little bit better than some of the other guys that I've heard from as far as deer feeders. But we're going to get these installed, finish setting up the actual deer feeder, and get these cameras up and going, and we'll show you the end result, and get some corn in it, and hopefully we have some success with it. If these kind of videos interest you, as always, leave us a comment down below as to what you like about the video, what we can do better with our videos, and what you want to see next. We try to keep up to date and try to stay as current with things coming up. I know it's, you know, basically summertime, and who's thinking about deer hunting? Well, some of us are. So we're trying to produce content that people actually want to research, actually want to pull up on YouTube and watch a video on, and try to learn something from. But we'd appreciate your feedback. So like this video, leave us a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and let's get done setting this up, and we'll show you the end result here in just a second. Okay, I don't have the game cameras up just yet, and I don't have the corn in the feeder just yet, but just wanted to go through some things that you may or may not need depending on the type of feeder, which model you actually get. Apparently they've come out with a new one, or in the process just sell individual parts specifically with that solar panel to fit other feeders. I just kind of winged it in regards to how I wanted it set up and how I wanted it to fit. So some of the parts that I didn't use were these alligator clips, and I'll show you that in just a second, how I connected the solar panel to the actual device. And then this little L bracket right here, I'm sure there are certain circumstances, but the way I wanted to adjust it and actually attach it to the feeder, that bracket just wasn't working out for me. Obviously the instructions right here, instructions were pretty simple as far as going through it. There are 6 different settings as far as different times of day that you can actually set this up. I've got it on 2, and I just left it on factory. The factory settings are 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. The main reason why I did that was because I just wanted to see exactly what time the deer were coming, because I'm going to set up 3 different cameras. That'll help me determine when I look at the pictures other than AM and PM to say, well, 6 o'clock they're coming out, or 7 a.m. they're coming out, or they're staying out all night, and it'll help me kind of go through all the different video clips of everything. So let's go look at the actual feeder and see how we got it set up. So this is the feeder, like I was telling you, pretty simple to set up. The bolts here, it's basically comes shipped in 2 different halves here. You just place them together, and then you've got a bolt on one side, a washer, and this wing nut. And there are obviously several of them that go all the way around. Comes with the lid up here. I don't have the lid on just yet. It's still on the back of the truck. Comes with the L brackets. Right here, you should have 3 of those. And then you should have 6 extension legs that you can do to make it a different height. Obviously, I put it at the highest point, but even still, I could possibly reach up at 5'6" and fill this container up, which is a benefit to me. Somebody that's short, don't really want a massively tall feeder, and but you want something that gets it off the ground a little bit. Some of the things that you can buy extra, just letting y'all know ahead of time, they do make feet for these legs so that you don't get dirt in them, or that you can actually stake them down and keep the whole thing from toppling over. As you can kind of see, mine's not the most level feeder out there probably, but it'll do for what I need it to. So getting into the actual feeder itself, the feeder mechanism, this one, the Pro, comes with a plastic disc. Probably after this year I will be upgrading that. You got a wing nut down here on the bottom. Not sure if y'all can actually see that or not, but I'm just going to unscrew that real quick, and it will screw all the way off, so don't lose that wing nut. And this is your mechanism right here. So you can see it's saying current time is 3:55, 46 days remaining. I'm going to put about 100 pounds worth of corn in there, and it's saying I've got 5 pounds left. Because I did a test run, it threw out supposedly 5 pounds worth. But if I go through the settings here, you can see I can adjust things pretty quickly. I'm going to go back to that main setting. So current time, you set that by doing the up down arrows. 46 days remaining. So the next setting, you tell it how much corn you actually have. So I'm going to increase that back to 100 pounds. Then you set your time based on your set time here, and that will be what time it goes off. Obviously AM. You set it again in 4 seconds. There's a chart on the actual diagram that you get with the instructions that tell you 4 seconds is about a pound. So you would lose a pound every time the thing went off. So it's telling me now I've got 47 days worth of corn or feed or whatever. So then I go to the next setting. This is all factory. Set number 2, 6 o'clock p.m. And then you just keep going through 4 seconds. Once again, that's a pound worth of corn or protein. And then you go to setting 3 and you just keep on going. And the way you know that it's not going to throw anything out is by saying 0 seconds. So like I say, there are 6 settings with this particular model, which I think is awesome to be able to grow into this feeder if you're starting out. This is the solar panel plug that I was telling you about. You can kind of see up in there, hopefully, the wiring that actually goes to that mechanism, and I will pull this out real quick just to show you. This is the adapter. It's a waterproof, supposedly. It's all rubber, and then it just plugs into the hole there for the battery mechanism itself. So I'm going to plug that right back in. And just make sure I got it in there, and I do. And then I just use the existing zip tie that, or little twisty tie that came with it, to pull some slack out of that cable. And this is that bracket I was telling you about that I didn't use the actual metal bracket, the extension that came with it. My son sets over to the right here, as you can see, and it comes up over on the left-hand side of the camera. And over on the left-hand side are a whole bunch of trees. So I knew it was pointless to kind of put it in that direction. So I've got it more mounted in that direction so it will catch the setting sun going down this way. I may actually adjust it here in just a few minutes to get it kind of angled down like this so it gets a little bit more sun. But hopefully this solar panel will add a whole lot more life to the battery. Since I've heard, not necessarily from Moultrie, but just other brands of feeders out there, cheaper brands of feeders, that the batteries don't last nearly as long as we think they should as hunters. But so that's kind of the game plan there. And then in regards to my setup for the cameras, I'm going to put one on this tree, and I know this is overkill. I'm going to put one on that tree, and then hopefully put one on that tree, so that we basically get a 360-degree view of the deer coming in. I have a feeling they're going to be coming in from right around that area right there. There's a trail, and possibly from the back over here. So like I say, this is that Moultrie deer feeder. If y'all have any questions, feel free to give us a comment down below. I'll try my best to answer them as best I can, and give y'all some feedback in regards to how well this thing actually holds up over the course of this year's deer season, and see if I have any problems with it. And appreciate y'all. Like this video, comment down below as to what we can do better. As always, appreciate what y'all do for us. Thanks, and have a great day.